welcome back to The Buzz. I'm Lorelai, and I am here today with our parish president, Keith Hinkley, and we are going to ask him a few questions, standard interview, just about your plans throughout your term. So we're going to start off simple or not, depending. What inspired you to run for parish president?
My family. I've got 2 grandchildren. They're 5 and 3. I raised 2 boys here. Whit, who's 38, Jody's 32. Okay. Jody is of this nature here. He's an entertainer up in New York.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. So, but really, it's family and the quality of life here in Plaquemines Parish. Plaquemines Parish is it's a great place to live, and I want to try to keep it as that great place to live.
Yeah. For sure. Speaking of quality of life, funny you mentioned that because that's our next question.
Yeah.
So the Plaquemines Gazette surveys, your constituents wanted to see more quality of life activities happening and available in the parish. Do you have any specific goals or ideas in mind to accomplish more quality of life activities for all people?
Well, quality of life goes just to the beautification of our parish. Mm-hmm. Okay. Throughout the campaign, you might have heard me talk about the first time impression. You get one time to make a first impression. Mm-hmm. And in the past, I feel like we've been failing at that. When you come into Plaquemines Parish, from the Jefferson Parish, the Orleans, or even from the St. Bernard Parish, it's beautification. We need to make our community look good. It's like I tell a lot of folks, it's like later on in life, when you're married, your husband, you might not cut your grass, but if you do cut your grass, you're going to turn around and look at your yard, and you're going to go, look at that right there, and it looks good. And that's what we need to do right there as far as the quality of life, and it brings up our spirits and it makes us feel happy.
Okay. So at the end of your term, what would you like your legacy or your lasting impact to be? How will you make life overall better in the parish? Overall,
that's a tough question right there.
That's
a good
it's a
one.
thinker.
Yeah, that's a real good thinker. Let's go back to my grandkids. Later on in life, years ago, I was on the council, and a picture was taken of me. I was there with the governor, one of the senators, and President Nungesser of Plaquemines Parish was there at that time, and I was with someone, and they were like, "Oh, I saw your picture on the front page." And when you start getting around people, and you don't realize the impact that you have on folks, and they were like, "Oh, I saw your picture, on the page," and I kind of brushed it off, and they go, that's a major deal right there, because later on in life, your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren, they might be looking at the archives of the parish, and they go, "You know what, that's my grandfather right there with these folks." So I guess my legacy is to make them proud and leave Plaquemines Parish in a better shape than it is today. It's like our motto was powering Plaquemines Parish forward. I want to power it forward. We aren't looking back. We want to look to the future, and we always want tomorrow to be better than today. Mm-hmm. And just to make people proud.
Okay. Along similar lines, what are your plans to improve community spirit and make Plaquemines Parish a better place?
I think we have a great opportunity right now. We have basically a new council. There's 6 new council members that have come into play right now. New parish president. The relationship that I have with the council, and it's not only just the 6 that are coming in new, but it's also it's all members. We've had some great meetings together. So I think the community spirit is that Plaquemines Parish has seen such sort of kind of like a little animosity and a little disconnect with the administration and the council. So I'm making it my goal is to keep that cohesiveness and to work as one, as a parish government. And if the folks of Plaquemines Parish and the residents of Plaquemines Parish can see us getting along and really working hard together, then that can roll over into our everyday lives right there.
Okay.
You gotta want to be proud. You know,
Yeah.
it's just like when you're out in Jefferson Parish, Orleans, or St. Bernard. You want them to go, man, I like the way your council and your government works together. They're doing a lot of good things for Plaquemines Parish.
Yeah. Okay, so before we move on to our last question, is there anything else that you would like the community to know as we move into your administration?
I just know that I think, what's today's date? The 9th?
10th.
10th, okay. We're day 10. I think I've got, like 8 days on the job, and things are rolling. We're moving. We hit the ground running. It's like when we stepped on the treadmill, it wasn't like we turned the treadmill on, the treadmill was running. So we jumped on it. Think about it, you know, when you jump on a treadmill and it's running, you jump on it, you got to get with the program. So I've got to hand it to the administration, that my directors that I've chosen to keep with the parish, and also the two new directors that I brought on in the parish. We haven't missed a beat. I mean, we have hit the ground running, and we're rolling, and we're rolling well. We're doing good.
Okay, and now we have our last question. It's a question that we ask every guest that comes onto the show. We've had it asked the same question for 2+ years, however long we've been doing this. And it is, if you could go back in time and give advice to your 16-year-old self, what advice would you give to yourself and why?
Well, I said a little while ago, maybe do the piano lessons, but you know what? I have to commend my youngest son, who is the entertainer up in New York. He is really sticking to a dream that he has. I wanted to be that country music singing star. I should have stayed in the bands and continued to play in those bands. Look, I love what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
I've got a great family, and life has been good for me. But, a friend of mine one time, we were talking about, he was on he was like, loved football. So he's like, wanted to be running down the football field, and all of a sudden the crowd calls out his name, hi, Daryl. I said, and he goes, well, what about you? I said, no, I'd love to be on the stage like a Garth Brooks or something. If you can remember one of his concerts, he was at City Park or something in New York. Must have been 1 million people out there. Throws the mic out, and they know the words to his song.
Yeah.
Now, that would have been awesome.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for coming on to the show today and taking time to do this interview. Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you for having me, and thank you for continuing your endeavors here with the La Yayas. I mean, this is truly a great organization. I've supported you guys for a long time, and I'll continue to support you, and thanks for having me.
Thank you.